All right, what's up there, boxing fans? So listen, let me set this up real quick. I've been hearing this name Scoby a lot lately in boxing, Never seen him fight. I most likely saw some clips, and there's a lot of big hype about the boxer named Scooby, ex-football player, whatever. All right, so thought I'd take a peek, see what this man actually got from my own point of view, that is. So, Kurt Scooby scheduled to fight Dakota the Lone Wolf Linger. All right. So from what I gather, Dakota Linger is I don't know what he is, but I know he has a tough man background as far as his boxing resume goes. Okay. So anyway, maybe I bought into the hype without even seeing Scooby fight, but homeboy looked in fit, muscular build, blah blah, all the nonsense that sells the hype of oneself. So I'll sit down and watch this fight, overtime boxing, I believe it was, and like I said, maybe I bought into the hype myself without even seeing Scooby actually fight 3 rounds or so. Assessing Linger, quite obviously, I didn't see nothing much, and this is before the fight begins, by the way, in the ring. I'm talking about his physical appearance, his physique, etc., etc. You can get a little feel of a person by their physical presence. But anyway, all right. So I'm going to tell you the truth. With all this hype and Scooby name all over the place, and me most likely buying into the hype without even seeing him box 1 round or spar, I sat there and watched. And first round, big deal, whatever. It's a lot of feel out data collecting, so I'm not basing nothing off the first round, but I did notice Mr. Scooby lacked a jab, and no matter what round you in, the jab is a vital tool in boxing. Matter of fact, Linger didn't have a jab either, but anyway, nevertheless, let's move on. Mr. Scooby does not sit during the breaks, and I give my boxers good training and good cardiovascular training so they don't have to sit. Believe it or not, there's a detriment to sitting during a round. Let's say after 3 minutes, your blood pressure's up, heart rate's up, cardiovascular system is just screaming. And then you sit down for that 45, 50 seconds, and then, heart rate comes back down, blood pressure lowers, and then, you got to get up and it elevates again. From my experience and many others, it's best to keep all that cardiovascular flow, the blood pressure, heart rate, best to keep it up. That way it doesn't go back down and you got to pick up the pace again. So anyway, I'm going to get back to this in a second, the sitting in the stool. Back to the fight. I did notice that Linger, he is a tough guy. He is a tough man. He lacks a jab, but he keeps pressing forward. I'm not saying he's a power puncher, but he has pressure. All right, he's bringing the pressure, and over a very short period of time, the tides start turning. If you're familiar with that term, what that means is Linger starts applying pressure, Scooby starts slowly fading away. Now I'm going to tell you the truth. His corner, all right, Chief second, they're useless to him. At this point, his defense needs to be addressed more than his offense because Linger has found a little hole, just a little hole, low gap in that defense or lack of defense. Linger applies the pressure and starts breaking him down over the rounds, and you can see Scooby eating some shots. They're taking a very slow toll on him, especially his legs. And like I said, his coaches ain't giving him shit because they keep asking him, what's wrong with your legs? There's nothing wrong with your legs. Use your legs. Can't use his legs. That's the point, okay? So he can't move and be evasive, and he's forced to fight now without any proper defense. That's what's happening here. Quite obviously, Linger keeps bringing the pressure, which he should. Scooby fades. Now let's get back to that stool. After some good beatings, I noticed they threw the stool out. That's a telltale sign right there. Game over. All right? It's not going to benefit him to sit down at this point. Legs are shot. Cardiovascular system is gone. That 45, 50 seconds of rest ain't going to do nothing. And quite obviously, as the fight goes on, Linger applies the pressure. He starts landing some very telltale shots on Scoby. Now, don't get me wrong. Scooby's trying his best, but he does not have the gas, the attrition. He's throwing punches, desperate punches, stay alive punches, but nothing to stop the onslaught of the lone wolf Linger. Quite obviously, Linger ups the ante. Scoby can't deal with the pressure. He has no defense, and I'm not talking in this fight, as obviously they do not work on defense in the ring in a manner that would benefit him in a fight when things go south. Okay? Now, I know it sounds like I'm anti-Scoby, and maybe I am. But if this guy's going to get hyped up so big, he's got to live up to the hype to a real boxing coach and fan that knows what he's looking at, not these little casuals or whatever. Anyway, Scoby lost. He's now deflated. No one to blame but himself and possibly his coaches and trainers. All right? Keep in mind, Linger, from what I heard, he's an average fighter, nothing special. Okay? Don't even want to say journeyman. I don't want to call him, but he has a tough man background, and I believe that tough man background helped him a lot. He came forward, he applied pressure, he pressed the issue, and he seems to be one of those fighters that no matter what you do, you're not going to dissuade him from his mission. Anyway, Mr. Scoby, I believe maybe you started believing your hype a little bit also. Back up a little bit, get back in that gym. If your coaches don't know, let them know. You got to tighten up that defense for just in case scenarios just like this, all right? So anyway, boxing fans, look, I'm no hater. I'm just going to tell it like it is, because a lot of times all these fighters get all these praises and kiss-assing and shit from other people, announcers, color commentators. Nah, you got to tell the truth. Scoby, I'm sure you're good. I'm sure you'll be back, and I'm sure you'll do better next time. But you had a tailor-made opponent in front of you. All right? But you got to work on that jab. You got to work on your boxing. And you must work and increase and enhance your defense, just in case you get an opponent similar like this. That's all I'm saying. All right, boxing fans, I'm out of here.